Before we begin this incredible journey, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our stories. Now, let's dive in. Amara's lungs burned as she sprinted through the narrow alley, her bare feet slapping against wet pavement. The black card felt like fire in her clenched fist. Behind her, footsteps echoed, heavy and relentless. 3 men, maybe 4, she couldn't tell anymore. "Stop running," a voice barked. "Give us the card and we'll let you live." She ducked under a rusted fire escape, her heart hammering against her ribs. The alley opened into a main street, but it was past midnight and the city had swallowed itself into darkness. No help, no witnesses, just her and the hunters closing in. How did it come to this? The question flashed through her mind as she stumbled, catching herself against a brick wall. Just 2 weeks ago, she was nobody, a street vendor selling fruit at the corner of Meridian Street, invisible to the world. Now she was running for her life, clutching a mysterious black card that apparently held the power to reshape everything. "My life changed the day I tried to save a stranger," she whispered to herself, pushing off the wall and running again. "I should have just walked away." But Amara had never been the type to walk away. 14 days earlier, the morning sun painted Meridian Street in shades of amber and gold. Amara arranged oranges in neat pyramids on her wooden cart, the sweet citrus smell mixing with exhaust fumes from passing cars. She'd been up since 4 in the morning, just like every other day for the past 3 years. "Fresh oranges, sweet like honey," she called out, her voice cutting through the morning bustle. "Best prices in the city." A woman stopped, examined an orange with suspicious eyes, then walked away without buying. Amara sighed. It was going to be one of those days. Her small shop, if you could call it that, consisted of a wooden cart with an umbrella and a plastic stool. Everything she owned in the world could fit in 2 bags. Her rented room in the slums cost most of what she earned. The rest went to food and saving for something better. Always saving for something better. Amara, her friend Kemi, waved from across the street, balancing a tray of roasted corn on her head. "Any luck today?" "Not yet," Amara replied with a tired smile, "but the day is young." "The day is always young for you," Kemi laughed. "Your hope never dies." It was true. Despite everything, despite the poverty and the struggle and the loneliness of being an orphan in a city that didn't care, Amara held onto hope like a lifeline. She had dreams, maybe not big ones, but dreams nonetheless. A real shop someday, a roof that didn't leak, perhaps even going back to school. The morning crawled into afternoon. Amara sold enough oranges to cover her cart rent for the day, small victories. She was counting her coins when she heard the thud. A man had collapsed on the sidewalk 10 feet from her cart. People walked around him, barely glancing down. In a city this size, a collapsed body was just another inconvenience. Probably drunk, they assumed, probably homeless, not their problem. But Amara moved. She left her cart and knelt beside him. The man was perhaps in his 40s, wearing a simple shirt and trousers that looked expensive despite being covered in dust. His face was pale, sweat beading on his forehead. His breathing came in shallow gasps. Sir, can you hear me?" His eyes fluttered open. They were striking, even in distress, dark and intelligent, with the weight of someone who'd seen too much. "Water," he managed. Amara ran back to her cart and grabbed her only bottle of water. She helped him sit up, supporting his weight as he drank. He was heavier than he looked, all lean muscle under that shirt. "Easy," she said softly. "Slow sips." A small crowd had gathered now, spectators drawn by the drama but unwilling to help. Amara ignored them. She pulled her stool over and helped the stranger sit properly. "Should we call an ambulance?" someone asked. "No," the man said quickly, his voice stronger now. "No hospitals, I just need to rest." Amara frowned. That was odd. But she didn't press. She'd learned long ago that everyone had their reasons, and in this city, those reasons were often complicated. She stayed with him for 20 minutes, occasionally offering more water, shooing away curious onlookers. The man said nothing, just sat there breathing deeply, slowly regaining color in his face. Finally, he stood. "Thank you," he said simply, looking at her with those intense eyes. "You're kind." "Anyone would have helped," Amara replied. He smiled, a sad, knowing smile. "No, they wouldn't have." He reached into his pocket and pulled out some bills, trying to hand them to her. Amara stepped back. "I didn't help you for money," she said firmly. "I helped because it was right." Something shifted in his expression. Surprise, perhaps, or recognition of something rare. He nodded slowly, pocketed the money, and walked away without another word. No name, no explanation, just gone. Kemi rushed over the moment he left. "Girl, do you know who that was?" "No idea," Amara shrugged, returning to her oranges. "That looked like one of those rich people from the business district. You should have taken the money." "I have my dignity," Amara said softly. "That's worth more than his money." Kemi shook her head with a smile. "You're too good for this world, Amara, too good." That night, lying on her thin mattress in her one-room apartment, Amara thought about the stranger. Something about him had seemed desperate, haunted even. She hoped he was all right. Then she pushed the thought away. People came and went in her life like waves. No point getting attached to any of them. The next morning started the same as always. Wake at 4, wash with cold water, dress in her cleanest worn dress, head to the market to buy fruit, push the cart to Meridian Street, set up shop, call out to customers. Routine, predictable, safe. Until 3 black SUVs pulled up in front of her cart. Amara froze, oranges forgotten in her hands. The vehicles were sleek and expensive, completely out of place on this street. Men in dark suits emerged, 6 of them, moving with the precision of trained security. "Amara Cole," one of them asked. He was tall with a scar across his jaw. Her mouth went dry. "Yes." "Come with us, please." "What? Why? I haven't done anything wrong." Her mind raced. Had she accidentally stolen something, broken some law she didn't know about? "You're not in trouble," the man assured her, though his expression remained stern. "But we need to speak with you. It's urgent." A crowd was forming. Kemi appeared at her side, gripping her arm. "Don't go with them, Amara." But the security team wasn't asking. One of them produced an identification badge, Presidential Security Force. The letters made Amara's stomach drop. "I'll be okay," she told Kemi. Though she wasn't sure she believed it. "Watch my cart." They escorted her to the middle SUV. The interior smelled like leather and money. They drove in silence through the city, heading toward the business district, those gleaming towers Amara had only ever seen from a distance. Finally, they arrived at a private building, underground parking, an elevator that moved so smoothly she barely felt it, then a corridor that seemed to stretch forever. They entered an office, not large but elegant, and there, standing by the window, was the stranger from yesterday. He turned when she entered, and Amara saw him properly for the first time. In clean clothes, rested, he was completely different, commanding, powerful, the kind of person who shaped the world with decisions made over morning coffee. "Miss Cole," he said, "thank you for coming." "Did I have a choice?" she replied before she could stop herself. He smiled, always honest. "Good." He gestured to a chair. "Please sit." Amara sat, her hands clasped in her lap to stop them from shaking. "My name is Leonel Kade," he said. The name hit her like cold water. Everyone in the country knew that name. Leonel Kade, the billionaire, the ghost of the business world, so wealthy and powerful that he barely appeared in public. His companies controlled technology, infrastructure, banking. Some said he was the real power behind the government. And she'd given him water from her personal bottle. "I collapsed yesterday because I was drugged," Leonel continued, his voice calm but cold. "Someone in my inner circle is trying to kill me. I was running when my body gave out. You saved my life." Amara struggled to find words. "I just gave you water. You stayed with me when everyone else walked by. You refused payment. You asked for nothing." He moved to his desk and opened a drawer. "That matters more than you know." He pulled out something small and placed it on the desk between them. A black card. It looked like a credit card, but thicker, made of some dark metal that seemed to absorb light. "This is for you," Leonel said. Amara stared at it. "What is it?" "Protection, insurance, a lifeline." He pushed it toward her. "If your life is ever in danger because of what you did for me, because of me, use this card. Just tap it on any surface twice. Help will come." "I don't understand," Amara whispered. "Why would my life be in danger?" Leonel's expression darkened. "Because I've made enemies, powerful ones, and now that you've been seen with me, they might come for you to get to me." He paused. "I'm leaving the country for a while, until things settle, but I couldn't leave without giving you this, without protecting you." "I don't want it," Amara said quickly. "I'm nobody. Nobody cares about me." "That's exactly why you should take it." Leonel's voice was firm. "The people who want me dead don't think like you. They'll use anyone to get what they want. Take the card, keep it hidden, and pray you never have to use it." The scarred security chief stepped forward and placed the card in Amara's hand. It was surprisingly warm, almost alive. "One more thing," Leonel said quietly. "Thank you, Amara, for reminding me that kindness still exists in this world." Then the meeting was over. They drove her back to Meridian Street in the same efficient silence. When they dropped her off, it was as if nothing had happened. Her cart was still there. Kemi was watching it, eyes wide with questions. "What happened?" she demanded. "I have no idea," Amara replied honestly, slipping the black card deep into her pocket. For 3 days, life returned to normal. Amara sold oranges. She joked with Kemi. She counted her coins and dreamed her small dreams. The black card stayed hidden in a sock in her room, almost forgotten. Then the watching began. She first noticed it on the 4th day, a man in a grey jacket, standing across the street, staring at her cart. When she looked directly at him, he turned away, but an hour later, he was back. The next day, there were 2 of them, different people, same behavior. "Kemi, do you see those men?" Amara whispered. Kemi looked. "Which men?" "Never mind, maybe she was being paranoid." But the paranoia intensified when people started asking questions. A woman came to buy oranges and asked casually, "Weren't you the one who helped that rich man last week?" A teenager with a camera took her photo without asking. A well-dressed man offered to buy her entire cart for triple its value. Something was wrong. The news broke on the 6th day. Amara saw it on the television in a shop window while delivering fruit to a regular customer. "Billionaire Leonel Kade missing, last seen 1 week ago." The reporter's voice was grave. "Authorities are investigating the disappearance of Leonel Kade, CEO of Kade Industries. Sources close to the family confirm he has not been seen since last Tuesday. His whereabouts remain unknown. The business community is in shock." Amara's blood ran cold. That night someone broke into her room. She wasn't there, having decided to sleep at Kemi's place because something felt off. When she returned in the morning, her few possessions were scattered. They'd searched everything. The black card, which she'd been carrying in her bra, was safe, but the message was clear. They knew about the card. They were looking for it. "You can't stay here," Kemi said when Amara told her. "This is serious. Go to the police." "And tell them what? That a billionaire gave me a magic card?" Amara shook her head. "They'll think I'm crazy." "Then what will you do?" "I don't know," Amara admitted, "but I can't put you in danger. I'll figure something out." She spent the next 2 days moving. Different corners of the city, different places to sleep, always watching, always afraid. Her life had become a nightmare. The attack came on the 9th day. Amara was walking through a quieter part of the city just after sunset, trying to reach a friend's house. The street was empty. That should have been her first warning. They came from both sides, 4 men, professional, fast. "The card," one of them demanded. "Give us the card and we won't hurt you." Amara ran. She'd always been fast, her childhood spent running through markets and alleyways, but these men were faster. They caught her in an alley, slamming her against a wall. "Where is it?" The man's breath was hot on her face. We know Kade gave you something. Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about, Amara gasped. He pulled out a knife. Last chance. Terror flooded through her. This was real. They were going to kill her over a card she didn't even understand. With shaking hands, she pulled the black card from her pocket and tapped it twice against the wall. Nothing happened. The man laughed. What's that supposed to do? Make wishes come true. Then Amara heard it, the sound of engines, multiple vehicles approaching fast. The men heard it too. Their expressions changed from confidence to confusion to fear in seconds. Two armored vehicles screeched into the alley. Doors flew open. A tactical team emerged, moving like water, all precision and deadly grace. The men who'd been attacking Amara scattered, but they didn't get far. Within 30 seconds, all four were on the ground, subdued. A woman approached Amara. She was perhaps 30, with short black hair and eyes that missed nothing. Amara Cole. Amara nodded, unable to speak. I'm Commander Silver, Mr. Kade's personal security. You're safe now, come with us. They took her to a safe house on the outskirts of the city. It was a modern building, all security cameras and reinforced doors. Commander Silver brought her to a comfortable room with a view of distant mountains. Sit, Silver ordered, not unkindly. We need to talk. Amara sat, her hands wouldn't stop shaking. Silver poured her water and waited for her to drink before speaking. How much did Leonel tell you about the card? Just that it would bring help if I was in danger, Amara replied. That's all. The card is much more than that, Silver said carefully. It's a master key to Leonel's emergency protocols, security systems, hidden assets, information networks. Only one card exists, and it only activates for one person, you. Amara blinked. Why me? Because Leonel programmed it that way. After you helped him, he had your biometric signature coded into the card, your fingerprints, your DNA. Only you can use it. Silver leaned forward. Do you understand what this means? You're now the only person in the world who can access Leonel's emergency systems while he's missing. The weight of it crashed over Amara like a wave. I'm just a fruit seller. I didn't ask for this. I know, Silver said softly, but it's yours now. And the people who kidnapped Leonel know about you. They know about the card. They want it because it's the only thing standing between them and complete control of Leonel's empire. Who are they? Amara demanded. Who took him? Silver's expression hardened. We believe it's an inside job, members of his own board. They've been planning this for months. With Leonel gone and the emergency protocols in their hands, they can restructure everything. Steal billions, sell secrets to foreign powers, destroy everything he built. Amara stood up, packing. Then why don't you use the card, your security? It doesn't work for us. We've tried. Only you. Silver pulled out a tablet and showed Amara a map. Before he was taken, Leonel left encrypted clues in his emergency systems, clues to his location, but we can't access them without the card, without you. You want me to help find him, Amara said slowly. I want you to help us save him, Silver corrected, and in the process, save everything he's built, everything he stands for. Amara looked at the black card in her hand, such a small thing, such enormous weight. What if I say no, she asked. What if I just want my life back? Silver's smile was sad. Your old life is gone, Amara. Those men who attacked you, they were just the first wave. More will come. The only way forward is through. Help us find Leonel and you'll have protection for life. Walk away and you'll be running forever. Amara closed her eyes. She thought of her oranges, her cart, her simple dreams. All of it felt like a different lifetime now. When she opened her eyes, her decision was made. Tell me what to do. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment below. Your support means everything. Now back to the story. The next 3 days were a crash course in a world Amara never knew existed. Commander Silver's team taught her how to use the card's full capabilities. It wasn't just an emergency beacon. It could access secure files, unlock hidden rooms, even communicate through encrypted channels. Leonel designed this as a failsafe, Silver explained, showing Amara how to interface the card with computers. If anything ever happened to him, one trusted person could carry on his work. He chose you. He barely knew me, Amara protested. He knew enough, Silver replied. You helped him without wanting anything in return. In his world, that's rarer than diamonds. They started with the encrypted clues. Using the card, Amara could access files that had been locked away in Leonel's personal servers. Most were business documents she couldn't understand, but some were personal, messages, notes, a digital trail of breadcrumbs. One file contained a video recording. Leonel's face appeared on the screen, and Amara's breath caught. He looked tired but determined. If you're watching this, something has happened to me, the recording said. I trust very few people in this world. If I've given you access to this system, you're one of them. There are forces within my own company who want what I've built. If they succeed, countless people will suffer, jobs lost, technologies weaponized, lives destroyed. He paused. Don't let them win. Use the resources I've given you. Trust Commander Silver. And remember, sometimes the most powerful person in the room is the one nobody sees coming. The video ended. Amara stared at the screen, feeling the weight of his trust. He believed in you, Silver said quietly. Now we need you to believe in yourself. They found the first real clue on the fourth day. Hidden in Leonel's calendar was a pattern, meetings scheduled but never attended, locations listed but never visited. When Silver's tech specialist analyzed the data, a pattern emerged. It's GPS coordinates, the specialist said excitedly. He was leaving a trail. The coordinates led to an abandoned industrial complex on the city's outskirts. Silver assembled a team immediately. You're staying here, she told Amara firmly. No, Amara replied, surprising herself with her own conviction. I'm coming with you. This started because of me. I need to see it through. Silver studied her for a long moment. Then she nodded. Stay close to me. Do exactly as I say. Understood. Understood. They approached the complex at dawn when the light was weak and shadows were long. The building was massive, a relic from the city's industrial past. Broken windows stared like empty eyes. Silver's team moved in first, clearing rooms with tactical precision. Amara followed, her heart pounding so hard she thought it might break through her chest. The black card felt heavy in her pocket. They found signs of recent occupation on the third floor, food containers, sleeping bags, and something else, a laptop hastily abandoned but still powered on. The tech specialist worked quickly, downloading everything. Got something, he announced. Communications. They were using this as a temporary holding site, but they moved him 3 days ago. Where? Silver demanded. Coordinates point to a facility upstate, middle of nowhere, privately owned. He looked up. This is it. This is where they're holding him. Silver turned to Amara. This is the moment. We go in, it's going to be dangerous. You can still back out. Amara thought about the man who'd collapsed at her cart, the man who'd trusted her with everything, the man whose life now depended on her courage. I'm not backing out, she said firmly. They made the plan in a moving vehicle, racing toward the upstate facility. It was a calculated risk, the element of surprise versus the unknown number of hostiles. Silver's team was good, but they were small, corporate security, not military. The card might have access codes to the facility, Silver said. If Leonel owned the property previously, his codes might still work. It was a long shot, but long shots were all they had. The facility appeared on the horizon as the sun began to set. It looked like a research center, all concrete and steel, surrounded by high fences, isolated, perfect for keeping someone hidden. Silver's team parked a mile away and approached on foot. When they reached the security gate, Amara pressed the card against the reader, praying silently. The gate clicked open. Move, Silver whispered. They entered like ghosts, using the card to unlock door after door. The facility seemed empty, but that made Amara more nervous, not less. Where was everyone? Then they heard voices, lower level, Silver signaled for silence and led them down a stairwell. The basement was divided into rooms, most empty, but light shone from beneath one door, and they could hear voices inside. "The board meeting is tomorrow," a man was saying. "Once we announce Kade's death, the restructuring begins, everything goes to us." "What about the girl, the one with the card?" "Our people are still looking for her, but it doesn't matter anymore. Without Kade, the card is useless." Silver looked at Amara and mouthed, "Stay here." Then she moved. Her team breached the door with controlled violence. Amara heard shouts, gunfire, chaos. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but she stayed frozen in place, clutching the black card. The fight lasted less than a minute. Silver's team was better trained, better prepared. When the noise stopped, Silver appeared in the doorway. "He's here," she said. Amara entered the room on shaking legs. There was another door at the back, and through it she could see a small cell. And inside that cell, sitting on a narrow bed, was Leonel Kade. He was thinner, bruised, exhausted, but alive. When he saw Amara, something like relief crossed his face. "You came," he said softly. "Of course I came," Amara replied, surprising herself by smiling through tears. "You gave me the card, remember? I had to make sure it actually worked." Leonel laughed, a weak but genuine sound. "It worked because of you. It only ever would have worked because of you." They got him out, medical team waiting, police on the way. The men who'd held him were arrested on the spot. Silver's team had recorded everything. The confessions, the evidence. It would be enough to take down everyone involved in the conspiracy. In the ambulance, as medics checked Leonel's vital signs, he reached out and took Amara's hand. "You saved my life twice now," he said. "I'm starting to think I'm very lucky you work on Meridian Street." "Worked," Amara corrected gently. "Pretty sure my cart was stolen days ago." "Then I owe you a new cart." He paused, his expression growing serious. "I owe you much more than that." 2 weeks later, Amara stood in an office she still couldn't quite believe was real. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the entire city, her city, but from up here it looked different, smaller, manageable. Leonel entered, moving better now. The bruises had faded, the exhaustion had lifted. He looked like himself again, powerful, confident, in control. But when he looked at her, there was something else there, gratitude, respect, maybe even the beginning of friendship. "I meant what I said," he told her. "I owe you everything, name it, anything you want." Amara had thought about this. She'd had 2 weeks to think about it while staying in a guest house so luxurious it made her dizzy. "I want to go back to school," she said finally. "I never finished. I want to learn. I want to build something of my own." Leonel smiled. "Done, full scholarship, any school you want. And when you graduate, if you want it, there's a place for you in my company." "I don't know anything about business," Amara protested. "You know about people," Leonel replied. "You know about character and courage and making the right choice when everything's falling apart. That's worth more than any business degree." He pulled out an envelope and handed it to her. "This is yours, no arguments." Inside was a check. Amara looked at the number and her vision blurred. It was more money than she'd imagined existed in the world. "I can't take this," she whispered. "You can, you will." Leonel's voice was firm. "You risked your life for me. This is the least I can do." Amara folded the check carefully and slipped it into her pocket, right next to the black card that had changed everything. "Can I ask you something?" she said. "Anything." "Why did you choose me? Really, you could have programmed that card for anyone. Commander Silver, your lawyers, anyone." Leonel walked to the window, looking out at the city. When he spoke, his voice was quiet but intense. "Because everyone else wanted something from me, money, power, access. They saw Leonel Kade the billionaire and they calculated what I could do for them." He turned to face her. "You saw a stranger who needed help, that's all. Just a person who needed water and kindness. You didn't know who I was and it didn't matter. That's the rarest thing in the world, Amara. That's worth trusting." Tears pricked Amara's eyes. "I was just trying to help." "I know," Leonel said softly, That's exactly why it mattered. 6 months later, Amara walked through the campus of the National University, her books clutched to her chest. She was studying business administration, top of her class. The professors were shocked by how quickly she learned, but Amara wasn't surprised. She'd been learning survival her entire life. This was just a different kind of education. She still had the black card, kept safe in her apartment. She'd never needed to use it again, but Leonel insisted she keep it. Insurance, he'd said, just in case. Her relationship with Leonel had evolved into something unexpected. Friendship, certainly. Mentorship, definitely. He called her sometimes just to talk, about business, about life, about the weight of responsibility and the importance of staying true to yourself. Sometimes Amara wondered if there might be something more there, given time, but for now she was content with what she had: purpose, education, a future. She still visited Meridian Street sometimes. Kemi had taken over her old spot with a new cart, and business was good. The neighborhood had changed a little, safer now. Leonel had quietly invested in the area, improving infrastructure, creating jobs. He never took credit for it, but Amara knew. "You really did change everything," Kemi told her one afternoon as they shared roasted corn. "One act of kindness, and look at you now." "I just gave someone water," Amara replied with a smile. "You gave him hope," Kemi corrected, "and he gave it back to you." That night, Amara sat in her small but comfortable apartment and thought about how far she'd come. From a street vendor running for her life to a university student with the world opening before her. From poverty to possibility. All because she'd stopped to help a stranger. Her phone buzzed. A message from Leonel: "Board meeting tomorrow, thought you might want to observe, learn how the game is played." Amara smiled and typed back, "I'll be there." She was still learning, still growing, still finding her place in this new world. But she was no longer invisible, no longer just surviving. She was Amara Cole, the girl who saved a billionaire, the woman who proved that courage and kindness could change everything. And her story was just beginning. Thank you so much for watching this incredible journey. If this story touched your heart, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What would you have done with the black card? Let us know. And don't forget to turn on notifications for more amazing stories. Until next time, remember, one act of kindness can change everything.